Welcome, healthy friends, to the Reality of Health podcast. Today, we're going to give a different perspective on minerals. One I think you've never ever heard of or even thought about. Did you know there are two theories on whether or not you should consume minerals outside of what you get in your food? This is such a fascinating subject. I hope you enjoy this as much as I do. It's almost magical. You hear so much about taking your minerals or electrolytes constantly. Should you worry about taking them? Should you buy anything? Towards the end, I will discuss if and what you should consume. But let's learn about it. First, we have minerals and elements. There's around 5,800 minerals. Yeah, that's a lot. Today, I'm going to talk about the ones you have always heard about for health, like phosphorus and potassium, calcium, magnesium, sulfur, boron, iron, manganese, zinc, everyone's inundated with. So the first theory is the conventional theory. Nothing changes, it always stays the same. The way that mineral comes in, it goes out once your body uses it. And if it uses it and holds it, stays that same mineral. Minerals are different from elements, though. We're not going to get into that. That theory also says that in order to change from one to another, it would require radiation or some other massive energy source in order to change it from one mineral to another. Well, what if that isn't exactly how your body uses them? What if your body could convert one mineral into a different mineral? What if your body transmuted one mineral into a mineral it needed for whatever purpose it needed when it is needed? Yes, I just used the word needed 3 times. The reality is, there's another theory. It's called transmutation, and it has been proven. Now, there are a few rules that they know exist with transmutation. We're not going to get into a bunch of those, but essentially they follow specific changes, maybe, based on energetic frequencies or whatever. They're still learning about that process. Essentially, all substances have energy. That is what makes them what they are. Ask a physicist. They will tell you everything is energy. The energy it gives off is what is its attribute. Take water, for example. When it is frozen, it feels cold. When it is boiling, it will burn you. Now, a mineral can't just change into any other mineral. Like I said, it has rules, but its energy stimulates the transmutation to what the body needs. Let's say your body needed zinc to fight a cold. Well, it's going to make zinc from whatever other mineral that's available. In homeopathy, they use what's called cell salts. They will stimulate, utilizing energy, for your body to make whatever mineral it needs and then kind of activate it. Sort of like starting a car. So they say minerals always stay the same in biological systems. Transmutation states the energy from the mineral allows the body to take that mineral and make it into what it needs. I'll post in the show notes a video that is very well done, explaining in a lot more detail than I can in this episode. It is an absolute must-watch. All right, you ready to have your noodle cooked? Scientists have grown plants in soils, and then those plants have more mass and mineral content than what was in the soil. Oh yeah. How does that happen? I'll give you an analogy. You take a small pot with, let's say, 5 pounds of soil that they've analyzed it to only contain, let's say, 1,000 milligrams of magnesium. The plant then grows to 100 pounds. And the content of magnesium is then analyzed to contain 10,000 milligrams. 10 times the amount. Where did it come from? How did that happen? Well, that's what they find. Guess what? Animals do it too. Chemist Louis Vauquelin proved that chickens excreted more minerals than they consumed by 5 times.
5 times.
he showed that silica that they would eat turned into calcium. Another scientist proved that plants did the opposite. They turned the calcium into silica. And then that guy proved they could make silica from potassium. Then there's another scientist, Curveron, very well known, also proved that hens in Brittany, France, that had zero calcium in the soil and their feed still made their eggshells. They transmutated the potassium into calcium.
No way!
I mean, think about that. No calcium in the diet, yet the hens made eggshells. You tell me how that happened.
I don't have a clue.
Another scientist showed that chicken hatchlings have more calcium than present in the shell that it grew in. What? What about bacteria, Eric? No, don't worry. Bacteria do it too. They showed they could reduce the radioactivity of cesium-137. That's a very common radioactive element. Brought it down to barium, which has a much shorter half-life. Bacteria changed the radioactivity of a mineral from a high state to a lower state. How? Where did the radiation go? Well, the right question then begs, what came out of the bacteria when it consumed that radioactivity? Is that where they got the term explosive diarrhea? I digress. Get this. Other researchers sprouted watercress seeds in a glass jar, and they contain minerals not present in the original seeds, and used distilled water. So where did the minerals come from if they weren't in the seeds? In 1876, German pharmacist known as von Hertziel proved plants continually create material elements. Think about that. Plants continually create material elements. He wrote many books detailing this, and the establishment just shut him down. Later, his research was found, and they proved that he proved this transmutation. He conducted over 500 experiments proving transmutation. French professor Pierre Beringer, because I can't speak French very well, proved Hertziel's work. He ran thousands of tests and was never proven to have made any errors. Others did experiments with fish and animals. All same thing. An increase in elements or minerals not present to them when they're eating.
Wait, yeah. How did they do that?
I'm just saying, this is super fascinating, is it not?
Maybe for you.
That video has many more examples of scientists proving this. These scientists proved that none of these elements or minerals are fixed. Isn't life so much more complex than what we've been taught? The theories that prevail just put you into a model of belief that is so antithetical to actual life. They tell us so much theory, yet they've never proven half the stuff they've ever said. And then other people come around and prove the opposite, and then they get shut down. And I mean shut down hard. Sometimes even forever. If you get my drift. All right, so should you consume minerals? Well, that's up to you. I'm not here to give you any health advice on what you should take, but I can tell you a few things. You could do cell salts. These will just help your body utilize the minerals from your food better. They're very inexpensive, very easy to take. Been used for almost 200 years. And by the way, they do exist in nature. It's not some woo medicine. If you're going to buy minerals, I believe you shouldn't use single mineral supplements unless absolutely necessary. And of course, if you're under care of a naturopath, you should do a full spectrum type of a supplement and never in forms that are not from food or mimic food. Another way is to go out to your garden and eat dirt. I'm just kidding. That is what most supplements are. Ground up dirt. You can get minerals from your salt. Best source? Celtic sea salt, or gray salt, or French gray salt. Those are all the same. Spring water doesn't give you enough. So don't think, well, I drink spring water, Eric, so I'm getting my minerals. Nope, you're not. It's such a small amount, and it has very little impact on your overall health. But I thought water was a conductor of electricity and the minerals work with all of that. Well, they do. But the water you're buying, that's spring water, yeah, that's pretty much low activity water. Don't need to get in the weeds on that one. Just know you're not getting it from your spring water like you think you are. And I don't care where it comes from, and I don't care how much it costs and all the marketing. You've been sold to buy water. You can eat a good diet with plenty of animal foods, because guess what? They digested and created the right types of minerals for you. My favorite way to take minerals is through seawater plasma. What did you just say? Yeah, it sounds weird, right? Seawater plasma. Like we heard plasma in our veins, that's our blood, and the fluid within the blood. Like seawater's got blood? No, it's not like that. It's close. I'll put a link in the show notes. It's not an affiliate link. It's just goes to their website. I get no commission, but it's awesome. It is the best you can buy. You don't need much at all, capful a day. Unless you're super sick, then you can take a lot more. The reason I believe the sea plasma is the best is because it is most like your own plasma in your body. All the tissues of your body, from your blood to your lymphatic, everywhere, your brain, all of it. Minerals have electrical charge. Your body runs on electricity. Minerals and water are how your body conducts electricity to all the tissues. If you want me to do an episode on a topic that interests you, don't hesitate to let me know. Otherwise, I am just going to keep educating you on what I think is important. Please do all the stuff that we as content producers ask, because it really does help us. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourselves.